Back to the Furtado Group. I'm Ruben Furtado, and we're back at the Rochester Project here. And today we're going to be talking about a couple different things. One is aesthetically, when you're in a master ensuite and you're actually walking in from the master into the ensuite, what is the first thing you want to see that's going to have the biggest impact, and what we're doing here. And then the second thing is also, how do you create the illusion of making the space bigger by taking what normally would be a tub and a shower and creating more of a wet space. So the idea in this master ensuite is we want to have a pocket door. We want to make sure that when this door is open, that it looks like an extension of the master ensuite. And the first thing we want to see is probably the most pleasant thing and has the biggest impact is the wall-mounted vanity with a really nice vanity mirror that's going to be illuminated from behind. And you'll be able to see that directly from the master as you're walking into the van. So even though there's really very little attention and very little going on the floor here in the washroom, there actually is. A couple things we're going to do to make this space feel a lot bigger is to get everything off the floor. So we're going to do a wall-mounted toilet on this wall here, again, to get that off the floor. But that's also another reason for it, is because when we open some of the walls downstairs, we have some LVLs. And we want to actually get our plumbing above the floor joist, right behind that closet to get it downstairs. So that's why we're doing wall-mounted toilets. So it's going to be the benefit of aesthetically making the place look bigger, and also it allows us to maneuver our drains without creating bulkheads. Secondly, in the area where we have a vanity, we're going to do a wall-mounted vanity. But because this is an exterior wall, we have to actually have our drains inside of the wall. So we're going to build a cavity in this area. While we have this cavity, guess what we're going to use it for? We're actually going to use it to bring up our supply, our heat and cooling supply, that's going to be underneath the vanity and facing this area. But we're going to keep it at a much smaller footprint than the actual vanity, so you won't even notice it. So when you see this all done at the very end, like I said, it's going to be very subtle but very clean. All right, so we're still in the master ensuite, and this area here in front of the window is actually going to be what we're going to convert into a wet space. Instead of having a separate shower normally concealed and a separate tub, we're going to actually use this little space here and only have one glass wall partition that'll walk into this wet space. The idea is we can't step this up because we only have 8-foot ceilings here. So instead, we want to have a natural slope in the floor without a curb. And how we did that is, you'll notice we put down a brand new subfloor. We're actually going to add another subfloor on top of this to really raise the whole washroom floor. And then we're going to cut out a section of that where actually our shower is going to be, and we're going to have that drain. So it's going to naturally slope, and we're going to have large tiles. And then even when we're actually cutting out that section, it's already keeping in mind the size of the tile that we're working with, so we can have a full tile. So in this case here, it might be somewhere just shy of 4 feet. All right, now we're in the master, and in the master you're going to see we have it's about a 16 by 14 room. For a house this size, that's a really nice size master. But what's really impressive, I even see houses that are 3,000–4,000 square feet, and what they lack is closet space. That's going to be a walk-in closet, so you're going to have a pocket door in there, closets on both sides with a mirror down the center, and then across on this side, also wall-to-wall closet that's going to be done in millwork. So you're going to have his and hers, and if I have to count in linear feet, I have to say that there's going to be over 30 linear feet of closet space, which will be comparable to houses that I see that are going to be well over 3 million, or houses that are going to be like over 3,500 to 4,000 square feet. So that's going to be pretty impressive for a house this size. Yep.
Okay, let's go.
Here, take 5, 6. All right. So we're let me try again. All right. So we're in front of I think we're good. All right. So we're in front of the master closet, and what you're going to see is a huge opening here. But the door is going to be centered, and this is going to be a pocket. We're going to have built-in millwork on either side, closets on either side, and we're going to do a full-length floor-to-ceiling mirror at the very end. The idea of the pocket door is that this really should be, again, be an extension of the master bedroom, the same way the master ensuite is. It's all about those side. All right, so this is the very last thing. We're here in the family room now, and in the family room, this wall here is actually going to be the feature wall. It's going to be done in a veneer, and this is where our TV is going to go. And literally, because the master ensuite is just above us, they were saying that they wanted to do a bulkhead across the top here. But because this is going to be a drywall wall, and this is going to be a veneer wall, if you had a bulkhead here, you would see that kind of cut around this veneer. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate this bulkhead. We're going to carry that bulkhead and put it on this back wall. That way we can run all our plumbing across the very top, and it's going to come across the top of over the window, come all the way to here. And we're actually building out this entire cavity, which lines up directly with the staircase. So it's the same width of the staircase, so that we can bring up all our ductwork, all our plumbing up this channel. and it's going to look like this L that wraps in this section. So it's actually going to look aesthetically pleasing, and it's going to define our family room, and then it's going to define our dining room. All right, so we're wrapping up here for today. Earlier when I got here, I ended up meeting with the HVAC guy, the electrician, as well as the plumber, and a lot of times it's about them pointing out certain problems. And here we're really lucky because we're working with a group of people that everybody's open to other ideas, things that they haven't done before. So when I'm suggesting instead of running up a bulkhead, maybe building out a wall, they have no problem doing that. They actually get excited because they know that's going to actually create a better product at the end. And I think they're also learning some tips that they're going to use on other projects. So either way, everybody's working together, and super excited at the very end how this is all going to come together. Now for next week, guys, stay tuned because we're actually going to go out and we're going to be purchasing the vanities and some of their fixtures for the house. We might even stop by and start looking at some different kitchens. So be sure to tune in and check that out. And until next time, take care.